This is one of the best preserved medieval towns in the country, and 500 years ago it was famed for its cloth making. But which county am I in? Find out in just a moment.
On today's show, I'm with a couple of beekeepers who are aiming to escape the hectic buzz of London to the peace of the countryside. As one of them is a plumber, there's an unusual question at our first property.
Throughout my 8-year television career, I've never been asked to find out what the water pressure is like. Thank you very much, it's first for me.
But by the Mystery House, it's a routine request.
And can you check water pressure on the taps for us, please, Johnny?
Unbelievable. Today I'm in Suffolk, and this is the Guildhall in historic Lavenham. Now, in the 1370s, things weren't going well for Edward III. The 100 Years' War had wreaked havoc on the royal coffers, so he decided to impose a heavy export tax on the textile industry, meaning that soon it was confined to British shores. By the 16th century then, the whole area is one of the most prosperous in the country for weaving cloth. Now, unfortunately, its fall was as rapid as its rise. New techniques from the continent and increased competition from the north meant that Lavenham was hung out to dry. But, as you can see from the beautiful architecture it left behind, Suffolk certainly wears its heritage on its sleeve.
Set in the east of England, Suffolk stretches from the great waters of the North Sea to the gallops of Newmarket. Its neighbours include Cambridgeshire to the west and Essex to the south. The coastline is home to Britain's most easterly point at Lowestoft Ness. And with over 45 miles of golden beaches and shingle islands, it's a haven for birdlife with over 50 nature reserves. To the west, Newmarket, the centre of British horse racing, has always been synonymous with equine excellence. Boudica, Britain's ancient warrior queen, used the heath here to prepare her battle chariots before racing the Romans. Nowadays, you're more likely to see men in silk rather than women in woad, but they'll still be out on the world's longest horse racing straight, preparing their charges for action.
If you're looking for your dream country property, then a move to Suffolk could be a great bet. The average price for a detached house here is around £241,000. That's a massive £19,000 less than the national figure. But if you have equine aspirations, then the properties around Newmarket are considerably more expensive. Expect to pay around £450,000 for a character home there. But if you're prepared to ride the extra mile, then the land closer to Norfolk is a whole lot cheaper.
Historically, the major industry in Suffolk was weaving, and the traditional housing of the wealthy wool traders was Tudor-style wood-framed properties. Fine examples can be seen in the old wool towns such as Sudbury and Lavenham, where this charming 3-bedroom terraced house is on the market for £465,000. The Suffolk Pink House is one of the most attractive styles in the county. Rather than using traditional whitewash, the distinctive pink colour was originally achieved by using pig's blood. This 2-bed thatched pink wash cottage just outside Sudbury is Grade 2 listed and priced at just under £300,000. From the 16th century, Suffolk red brick was produced at local kilns. Examples of brick housing can be seen all over the county, but particularly around the wool towns. This 3-bedroom Victorian cottage in the village of Shelley could be yours for £285,000.
Some stunning Suffolk properties there, but what are today's buyers looking for? Time to meet them and find out.
Paul and Elaine have been married for 10 years and live in a ground floor flat in the North London borough of Haringey. For the past few years, they've been yearning for the space and peace that country life can offer.
I've just retired from the London Fire Brigade, so I've no need to be living in London anymore. And I'd like a quieter life, more open space.
And most importantly, we want to have country walks on our doorstep because we've got to get a dog and we can get out there and enjoy it. So.
Yeah. Never had a dog. I want a dog.
So apart from realising the dream of owning a dog, Paul will be working as a plumber with help from former veterinary nurse Elaine. and they've thought carefully about which county they're hoping to live in.
The important things for us were that we need to be within an hour and a half's drive to 2 hours' drive of our parents, who mine are in North London and Paul's are still in Hertfordshire. And we also wanted to be somewhere fairly rural, but also near good market towns where there was activity and amenities, but still have that lovely rural feeling. And Suffolk really did fit the bill for us.
Yeah.
When he's not working or walking his dog, Paul will be joining Elaine in expanding their shared interest in beekeeping.
We are beekeepers. We belong to an association in North London. This is another reason for why we want to move, because we haven't really got room in here to keep bees with the neighbours so close. So when we move out to the country, we can have our own hives, probably about 3 or 4.
Yeah, it'd be great, wouldn't it? We've got a different interest with regard to the bees. Paul's very, very interested in the honey side of wanting to keep bees. You were interested in that. I'm much more interested in the fact of the pollination, because I want to grow vegetables and plants. But we both have that interest in looking after the hive. They're fascinating. Beekeeping is.
Elaine is also keen on getting more creative with woolen crafts.
One pastime that I do quite a lot of is knitting. And one thing that I would like to do, if I had the space and the time to do it, is I'd like to learn how to start spinning and to dye my own yarn. So that would be a really, really nice thing to look at for the future.
So with an offer already accepted on their flat, their finances are in place and they're ready to go.
The budget for our move is £400,000.
Paul and Elaine's search area is dictated by the distance from their parents in North London and Hertfordshire, so they'd like to live no further away than the town of Stowmarket, about a 2 hours drive. I met up with them to hear what they're looking for in their new rural home.
So welcome to Suffolk, beautiful county. What's the big attraction to moving to the countryside then?
We've been planning it for quite a few years. London's so busy, it's a great place to live, but as you get older, you want a bit more just to relax and chill out and have a bit of beautiful scenery and peace, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
What exactly are you after? What is the shopping list?
Wow.
Yeah, minimum of 1/4 of an acre.
What does this house look like?
What would you like? About 3 bedrooms, if you can.
Yeah, needs to have a good garage because Paul's still got a plumbing business and we need to be able to put the van somewhere and the tools and whatnot.
So 3 bedrooms.
Well, not a square box. I mean,
Yeah.
I've always lived in older houses, and I think to move into a modern square box would it's a bit soulless for what we're adapted to.
Something with a bit of character by the sounds of it.
Yeah, it's got its own soul. You know, it's its own house.
I mean, are you keen cooks? Do you entertain?
Yeah, it'd be great to have a big kitchen you know, everybody wants a kitchen they can put a table in and have their friends round. We're quite adaptable. It's really where the house is, because you can always move the inside about.
You sound quite open-minded, which means, A, you might not know really what you want, and therefore we might find it on the way. Or it also means that I can show you a whole range of properties. If you're open-minded, that's great. I think I want to show you a complete range of properties. We've only got 3 opportunities, so they're all going to be very, very different. Let's start.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
For their budget of £400,000, Paul and Elaine are hoping to find a detached property which provides them with a large kitchen diner, a workshop for Paul, 3 bedrooms, and a garden with a vegetable plot that also has enough space for chickens and beehives. We've found 3 fantastic properties to show them, and at each one I'll be asking them to guess the price before I reveal it. One, of course, will be the mystery house, which comes with compromises attached. But first, we're hitting the road to property number 1. We've travelled to the village of Wickhambrook, 10 miles southeast of Newmarket, so we're within that 2-hour range for those parental visits. It's a community of around 1,000 people scattered around 11 greens. Amenities include a general store, a pub which serves real ale, and a centre that hosts WI meetings, as well as the monthly farmers market. A couple of miles outside the village we find our first property, a traditional cottage, part of which is understood to date back to the 17th century with a Norfolk reed thatched roof.
Here is the first house.
That is very, very pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, it is,
Gorgeous
isn't it?
position.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Now, you're escaping the madness that is London. to potentially this? Is this what you had in mind?
Tried not to picture anything, tried to keep an open
Yeah.
mind, but this is fabulous.
Looking good.
Follow me.
All right.
So it's a great first response to the exterior of this cottage. And I think they'll be surprised by how much space inside offers since being modernised in recent years. I'm going to start the tour with the most important room for Elaine, the kitchen diner.
So, this is where we find out how big your kitchen needs to be. Big enough?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely big enough.
Yeah, it's twice the size of our one at home.
At
Is
least,
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the table in here, you've got a chair. Always want to be able to sit and have a little read in the kitchen if you've got time. It's lovely.
It's quite light, isn't it? Would you mind turning the tap on first, please, Johnny? See what the water pressure's like.
Ever the plumber.
Yes, mains pressure, yeah.
Well done, Paul. This is a first throughout my 8-year television career. I've never been asked to find out what the water pressure is like. Thank you very much. It's first for me.
I'm going to test the toilet in a minute. Don't
God, I don't want to be there when that happens. Could you live in this house so far?
Yeah, it's got a
Yeah.
lovely feel to it, this
This could
kitchen.
be a short working day for me. Come on.
So now from the new to the old. And as we enter the 17th century part of the house, I'm going to show them a reception room with some real character.
Ooh, look at that.
I like it.
Fabulous. Fabulous hearth. Can you get through the... Did you get through the door?
I've still got some hair left.
No, this is the old part of the building, the 16th, so 17th century part of the house. Do you like this sort of feel?
Oh, yeah, it's
I do.
cosy, isn't it? Yeah, it is nice. It's lovely.
Great character.
Good. Now, reception rooms, you've got an office next door,
Okay.
or a music room, but whilst you could eat in the kitchen, if you want to entertain, you do that through here.
wow.
Mind your head.
Thank you, Johnny.
Now, separate dining room.
Yeah.
Quite a treat in an old property like this, isn't it? Separate reception areas. Wonderful feature there behind you.
Very, very lovely little stove,
Lovely.
that one.
And you've got the conservatory beyond. Plus, on top of that, you've got just there, where the stairwell used to be, you've got a utility, which means you can keep all those white goods out of the kitchen. So, impressed so far?
Yeah.
Very.
Oh, yeah.
This is lovely.
Really
it really
good.
is.
Yeah.
It's got all the character. It's got the old. It's got the new. It's good.
Bedrooms next. Follow me.
Okay.
Mind your head again, Paul.
As well as giving them a raft of reception rooms downstairs, this extended cottage gives them a total of 4 bedrooms upstairs. When their friends come to stay, there's a choice of 2 spacious double rooms as well as a single. And these all share the modern family bathroom with roll-top bath. But we're heading for the largest of the bedrooms.
Up here on the first floor, this is the new part of the building again.
Yeah.
Remember, right over the top of the kitchen. The master bedroom. Master because it's got an ensuite as well.
It's lovely.
Good, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that is good.
It is. It's enormous inside.
You do have a little walk-in wardrobe there.
Oh, I was wondering where the wardrobes were because I could only see the chest of drawers.
But with 4 bedrooms, maybe you just have a dressing room.
Yeah. We haven't got that many friends. We'd never use 4 in one go.
No, I haven't got that many clothes. I like
It's
it. though.
lovely. Really nicely done.
So as we head back downstairs, this all seems to be going rather well.
Mind your head, Paul.
But the grounds are as important as the house because they want to keep bees and chickens, not to mention getting a rescue dog. The gardens amount to around 1/4 of an acre and feature a large pond. For Paul's workshop, there's a double garage with 2 adjoining sheds.
Now then. Well, Elaine, you're the gardener, aren't you? What do you do with this garden?
It's a project. It's a big old plot. You need to
Yeah.
sit and think about it and do some planning to see how we could best adapt it to the way that we want to live. And it's a lovely space.
How much is this house on the market for?
It's really difficult. 4 bedrooms. I'd say hopefully 390, but I think it's probably a bit more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think, Paul?
At a guess, I reckon 375.
This house is on the market for offers around £415,000.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah, not
surprised. Yeah.
Well, the good news is I've spoken to the owners direct, and they're looking to settle at around the £400,000 mark. So on your budget, which means you could buy this house.
I know, it's crazy.
Did you think you could buy this house?
It's mad.
No. But that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Why don't you two go and have a look around the house again? I'll catch you in a bit.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks, Ron.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Priced at £415,000, this beautiful cottage is £15,000 over their budget, but a lesser offer may well be accepted. It seems to offer them everything they've asked for, including a large kitchen diner, plenty of living space, 4 bedrooms, a garage with workshop potential, and a large garden with vegetable plot that would be perfect for keeping those bees.
As soon as I saw this house, this first house, I was very pleased from what I could see from the outside. It's detached on its own, surrounded by fields. Marvellous, exactly the kind of thing I wanted.
The garden space is actually quite deceptive. At first I thought, oh, I don't think there's enough and how would it all work? But the more I've looked around, the more I've seen it, there's so much that you can do with it, and it is quite adaptable, and you could really set yourself some fabulous growing projects here.
I don't know who's leading who up the garden path there, but are you happy with what you've seen?
Very much so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Time to look at another house?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A large part of Suffolk's industrial heritage is bound up in its wool towns. Places such as Lavenham, Hadley and Sudbury were renowned for their woolen textile production and grew to be some of England's wealthiest towns in the 14th century. By the 1800s, it had become Britain's main centre for the silk trade with the introduction of the Spitalfields Act, bringing the Flemish silk weavers from London to Suffolk to escape the new tax levied on them. The town's silk tradition is being kept alive today by Richard Humphreys, who has been weaving silk for the last 40 years. As Elaine has such a keen interest in textiles, we arranged for her and Paul to meet him at his design studio to see some old-style weaving in action.
OK, well, this is a jacquard loom, and if you look at the top here, you'll see jacquard's invention of 1803. He unwittingly was the creator of the world's first programmable machine, and everything that you can relate to the computer age comes from this granddaddy of the whole idea. So you punch the program in the cards here are fed into the machine around the cylinder, and the hooks and needles react to the message in the punched program. Where you have a hole, you lift the threads up. Where you don't have a hole in the cards, the threads stay down. And so on a loom, you've got warp and weft. The warp threads run up the length of the material. The weft threads go across. And the jacquard decides, through your design, which threads are going to be lifted up and which threads will stay down.
The jacquard loom revolutionised textile manufacturing, moving it from a cottage industry to the factory mills. For the first time, intricate patterns could be produced by a mechanised process, which increased output to a mass scale. Richard makes his own jacquard cards for designs here, as these looms are still the perfect tool for the sample stage or to produce small amounts of specialist fabrics.
What's this cloth that you've got on the loom here?
This is really unique because we are the country's last carriage lace hand weavers, and carriage lace was the decorative edge to be put around your horse-drawn carriage. In the interior, this would be sumptuously upholstered with satins and velvets, and this is the trim which goes on the edge, like the piping around the cushions and around the edges of the doors.
Richard's work can be seen in the upholstery of the State Landau carriage used for royal weddings, as well as furnishings for such historic properties including Windsor Castle, Alnwick Castle and Chatsworth House. Sudbury is still the silk weaving capital of England, with around 110 metric tons of China silk imported to the town every year.
This one, wow.
This one, well, yes, this particular design is unique to Alnwick Castle. And this is the raw material, so this is pure silk in its raw state, and if you feel the wiriness of it...
It's strong, isn't it?
Yes,
really
yes.
Really strong.
It's a beautiful, lustrous fibre.
It's like your hair.
And
It was.
this is how we process it. Here we've got a dye pack here which shows the same yarn once it's been dyed, and there you can see the single strand of the silk, and that's about 21 silk cocoons, so 21 silkworms,
So
just
strong.
to make that single thread.
So strong, isn't I love all the really bright colours. Are just fantastic.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The shiny stuff is always exciting, isn't it?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
lovely.
With Elaine and Paul getting a real feel of Suffolk's heritage, it's time to weave our way back to their house search. For our second house, we're still in the Sudbury area, just over 33 miles southeast of Newmarket in the Stour Valley. And we're around 2 hours' drive away from North London for those parental visits. Surrounded by beautiful countryside, often painted by Constable and Gainsborough, Sudbury hosts a twice-weekly market and is a hub for shopping and entertainment. A couple of miles out of town is our second property. While it's detached, as Paul and Elaine have requested, it's also modern, built in 1976 and a bungalow to boot. But as they currently live in a ground floor flat, I'm hoping that might not be an issue.
Now, this place is the antithesis of the house we've just been to.
Wow, yeah.
Here we go.
Modern. Very modern. Most unexpected.
It's quite big too, isn't it?
Do you like it? Do you mind how it looks? Do you like the way it looks?
Yeah, it looks nice,
that's
doesn't
good.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Inside, again, it's totally different to what we've seen so far. Let's see what you think.
So, open minds at the moment, and we're about to find out whether Paul and Elaine will contemplate a modern interior in their future home.
Let's start with the newest part of this building.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a bit of a wow room, isn't it?
It is. It's so
pretty cool,
bright, isn't it? And it's massive. Absolutely massive.
And then, Paul, the last one was good. Good. so how's this one?
This is modern good.
Oh, right, OK.
Yeah. I mean, you've got high ceilings, as you can hear, it's echoing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very modern. So you've taken us from a really old place. Now we've gone straight into modern. Like, we've just gone up hundreds of years.
On one side of this living space, there are 3 bedrooms which could be used for visiting friends and family. All are a reasonable size and share a modern family bathroom, so the whole area could be used as a guest wing. But our next stop is the kitchen on the opposite side of the house. And whilst they love the rustic style of the one at the last property, this is a whole different proposition.
So staying with the modern theme, well, ultra-modern actually, this kitchen, isn't it?
It is incredibly modern, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
I mean, I do like it. I like it very much. But it does feel as if I'm on holiday abroad somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, it's all the tiles and the clean surfaces. It's just that you haven't got the additional space in this one. That other kitchen had that little bit of table and chair, so
Yeah.
you could be together and chill out in the space together.
Sure.
Can't do that in here.
Yeah. Too square and modern for me,
Yeah.
I feel.
Remember I told you some of the bedrooms were that way?
Yep.
But the master, as they have it at the moment, is just through these utility.
Excellent.
Right.
Past the fridge on the way to the bed.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
While Elaine is looking on the positive side, we've now got a clear idea of the way Paul feels about modern properties. He didn't even ask to test the water pressure.
Now then, no falling up the stairs to bed with this house.
No.
Oh.
Nice sized room. Very light. Plenty of room to get around the bed, both sides, which is what you've always wanted. We can't do that
That's true,
now.
yeah.
Got a small ensuite there.
Can't see much character to it, if you know what I mean.
No.
But whatever rocks your boat.
It's only 30 years old,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Let's go outside to the garden,
Yep.
have a look around, see what possibilities there are for your veggies and your chickens, and try and price this one. It will not be easy.
Perhaps the outdoor space will change their view. The established garden comes in at 1/4 of an acre, with apple and pear trees and room for the bees. There's also a large double garage, giving Paul an option for his workshop.
How much do you think this house is on the market for?
402,000.
OK, 402,000. Elaine, how much?
398.
Well, this house is on the market for offers around £395,000. So, you weren't a million miles away price-wise. Well, I think you should go back into the house, have a quick scoot around, and I'll meet you where we came in.
OK, thank you.
See you in a moment. So, not for them, by the sounds of it, but when you look at the 2 houses we've seen today, I think I know where we should be heading for the mystery property.
Under budget at £395,000, this property delivers many of the elements on their wish list, but with a modern twist. It features a sleek kitchen, a light open-plan living area, 4 bedrooms, and a 1/4 acre of land, which caters for vegetable growing and beehives, along with a double garage for Paul's workshop.
The inside of the house was light and it was airy. I thought I would really like it, but I think I've changed my mind. Through seeing the houses, I think I really like the older properties, definitely. It's not for me.
There is the compromise. This house here is nearer to the town, but the payoff is the road noise. I think I always knew that I needed the quiet, and this visit has absolutely cemented that for me. All right.
Here they are. All done inside, good look around?
Good look around.
Good. Quite an eventful day.
Yeah.
Let's finish it there, shall we? Let's go back.
Okay. Cheers.
As dusk falls over the spectacular Suffolk countryside, it marks the end of a day of contrasts for our property search. Armed with £400,000, Paul and Elaine want to leave London far behind and, with a stream of income from a plumbing business, set up home in rural Suffolk. A traditional cottage had them positively gushing, but there was just a trickle of enthusiasm at our second property. Coming up, the Mystery House puts them under the cosh, but with some pleasing results.
It's great, isn't it?
That didn't bash me head.
And I meet the endangered breed of heavy horse that for centuries has called this county home.
So Elaine and Paul started off yesterday telling me that they weren't really sure what they're after. But after looking at 2 very different houses and getting 2 very different sets of reactions, I think we're a lot closer to finding out exactly what they do want. So today, well, look at it. It's an absolutely stunning morning and we're off to see the Mystery House. Now, I think we should look at something that sits somewhere in between the 2 we saw yesterday. But just like anything in the middle ground, it does come with a compromise.
We've made the journey close to the historic market town of Hadley, not far from the Essex border, so the trip back to London will take just over 2 hours. The town is full of fine examples of timber and brick listed buildings, some dating back to the 15th century. There are plenty of independent shops selling local produce, and as Elaine has green-fingered aspirations, we're stopping off en route to meet local gardening enthusiast Ruth Allen.
You're head of the local garden club, is that right? What's it called?
That's right. It's Hadley District Garden Club.
Right, OK. Now, what does that do?
Well, it looks after all the local gardeners who are mad enough to want to spend all their hours, you know, digging around in the mud.
I think we've got one here.
We've got one, yeah.
Do you eat your own produce, I'd imagine?
Oh, something, yes.
Oh, that
yes,
sounds fantastic.
Yes.
So this garden club, it sounds like it's a forum as much as anything else to share ideas, to share issues you might have throughout the season.
Well, it's really to educate anybody who wants to be educated on any specific matter, but what tends to be that you find the most information out from other people. Other gardeners.
Sounds like an absolute wealth of knowledge, and you can't miss out on that. You know, when you're starting your garden, you need everything. It sounds fantastic.
In that case, you may well meet again.
Well, I hope we shall meet again.
I hope so.
I would like to see you both, actually.
Thank you very much.
Our Mystery House is around 3 miles south of the town, just outside the pretty village of Shelley. While Paul and Elaine had their hearts set on a detached property, I've got a feeling that this end-of-terrace Victorian cottage could change their minds.
This is our final offering.
It's really cute. Really, really nice looking house.
Good. Now, one thing you said you'd prefer it to be, Paul, is detached.
I did.
And it's not.
No.
But this, I think you'll see, it still feels pretty private.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Originally 3 cottages, built as farm cottages, built around 1891.
It's about the age of our property that we've got at the moment, so it's got that familiar feeling.
Good. Let's look inside.
So we know we've got the character of this one right for them, and the semi-detached aspect doesn't seem to be a problem so far, which is great news.
OK. First reception room.
Yeah. It's lovely.
It's good.
Now, Paul, when you say it's good,
It's clean, it's all decorated nicely.
And you've got the ceiling height. It's really nice.
it's great, isn't it?
That didn't bash me in.
Well, let's go straight into the kitchen now, because that is a fundamental part of your search, isn't it?
Well, pragmatic Paul has given it the thumbs up so far. Let's see if we can turn up the pressure in the kitchen.
Lovely. Really nice.
Yeah?
Very
It is
nice
lovely,
indeed.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You got a lovely, did you hear that?
Lovely. Did he say lovely?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Good, lovely.
Wow.
Drop back to good.
It's all clean, it's all new, it's really great.
Got a downstairs loo there, which doubles as a
Alright.
utility.
Okay.
And can you check the water pressure on the taps for us, please, Johnny?
Unbelievable. Ready,
Yeah.
Mr. Plumber?
Yeah.
I haven't checked this already, so please
Okay.
don't let me down.
That's the cold, so we'll try the hot.
So, with the water passing the test, it's time to gauge their reactions to the main sitting room.
Now this, I think, is a glorious room.
It's a fantastic lounge, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Really lovely living space.
It almost feels quite Georgian, this room, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got that elegance about it, definitely.
Yeah. Have you seen anything you'd want to change so far?
Maybe, actually, now you say it.
Go on.
Knocking through, making one big kitchen diner through there.
Wow.
So
Good then. But we haven't even seen the upstairs yet, have we?
we haven't.
Let's go and take a look now.
Living in a ground floor flat, Paul and Elaine haven't had their own stairs for a while. Up on the first floor, our semi-detached mystery house gives them 4 bedrooms. A generously sized double room, which has a Gothic-style window, along with 2 further bright single rooms, one of which comes with built-in storage. And these all share the large, light family bathroom, which has a shower and roll-top bath. But we're heading for the master.
OK, so on this floor you have 4 bedrooms. What do you think of this one?
It's a stunning room, isn't it?
It is stunning, yeah.
Really, really lovely, peaceful room. And look, you can walk around the bed both sides.
Yeah, it means I haven't got to scramble over the bed in the morning.
You know, the old Victorian fireplace.
Sweet, isn't it?
I mean, it's
Got
only
character,
decor.
hasn't it?
Real character.
I'm liking what I see.
You are?
Yeah, definitely.
If they can overcome the semi-detached issue, there's no denying that our mystery property gives them the character and space they're after. But critically, the garden has to deliver and give Paul that workshop. Outside, there's around 1/4 acre of land, laid largely to lawn and with plenty of scope for growing veg and the beehives. What's more, there's a summer house which is currently used as a TV lounge, but could be useful for Paul.
Would you use that as some sort of workshop, or is it?
I can do, yeah.
Yeah.
I could just develop it to turn it into what I need.
There's an access road for these other cottages going right round the back of this. So there may be an option to play around with that and get vehicular access to the back here.
Yeah, that'd be handy. We'd have to look into that.
How much do you think the estate agents are marketing this place out then?
Well, it's attached. It doesn't have a garage. It is a very nice house, but I'm going to go for 375.
OK. Paul?
I would go for 385.
Well, this house is on the market for offers around £399,500. But I spoke to the estate agent, and he reckons they may well settle at, well, somewhere around your guesses, maybe somewhere in between the two, both of you.
That sounds promising. Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
I think we've had pretty good reactions in this house from both of you. But it's time for you to go inside, have a look around everywhere you haven't yet seen, and I'll meet you... Tell you what, I'll meet you somewhere in the sun. How's that?
Sounds
All right?
perfect. All right.
See you in a mo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, at last, I genuinely think we've got a house that challenges the first property that Paul and Elaine looked at. A very different proposition, but great reactions nonetheless.
Priced at just under £400,000, our end of terrace mystery property definitely seems to be in the frame. It has a country kitchen, 2 reception rooms with character features, 4 bedrooms, and outside there's a ready-made building for Paul's workshop, all wrapped up in 1/4 acre of gardens with space for Elaine's vegetable plot, chickens, and of course the bees.
Oh, my word.
Hey, look at this.
Wow, this is so much to keep the guests, isn't it? Excellent idea.
I could use this as a storage workshop.
Office, anything,
Yeah.
couldn't you?
I was Ideally after a detached house. Obviously this one is not, it's semi-detached, but it's got so many good things going for it, I'm willing to overlook that.
When I first saw the Mystery House, I thought that was a very, very nice-looking house. The garden does work for me. It's pretty much a fairly blank canvas. You can work your way and do the various bits, make little rooms for various areas, vegetables, herbs, chickens, etc. Yeah, good garden.
So, have you planned any knock-throughs from dining room walls into kitchens or anything like that?
Just talking about it now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad this has given you something to discuss and maybe something to compare against the first property. Why don't you go and have a bit of time amongst yourselves, and then we'll meet up later on, yeah?
Okay.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Suffolk's heritage has been shaped by a range of industries, including fisheries, textiles and agriculture. And on the farms, it was man alongside beast that contributed to the county's prosperity. One animal that historically played a vital role was a native breed of heavy horse called the Suffolk Punch. As well as being used as a draft horse for pulling carts, it ploughed the fields in the days before mechanised farming. Since the 1960s, however, their numbers have declined, and these gentle animals are now on the critical list of the Rare Breeds Survival Trust. Less than 450 purebred punches of potential breeding capability are left in the world. To see some for myself, I met with Chris Kennedy of the Suffolk Punch Trust at a stud farm that's been breeding this endangered horse since 1887.
So there's been a stud here for over 100 years?
Yes, so there's a long tradition of breeding Suffolk Punches here.
Wow. Now, back then, these huge horses would have proliferated the Suffolk landscape. These were the tractors.
They were the workhorses of Suffolk, and that's why they're such an iconic emblem of Suffolk. Most of the farms would have had between 15 and 20 of them.
So, why should we save them?
Because they're part of the heritage of farming and agriculture in Suffolk. And like a lot of things, you know, if we don't try and maintain our heritage, we've actually got nothing to leave to our children and our grandchildren. They'll never know what a working horse looked like. And that's why we take them to a lot of shows. They're shown in hand. We have horses broken to harness that we take for pulling wagons. We do weddings, do the odd funeral with them. So, you know, we do have a role for them. And because of their temperament and things and their strength, they're a good working horse.
Every Suffolk Punch alive today can trace its ancestry back to one stallion foaled in 1768 that belonged to Thomas Crisp of Ufford. The breed tends to mature early and live a long life. Unusually, they need less food than other draft horses and so are economical to keep.
Typically, the Suffolk Punch always is chestnut in colour. As a breed, they have a particularly short cannon bone, and this is the bone from the knee down to the fetlock joint.
Yeah.
And also have quite a short pastern, which is this here.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of the other heavy horses, they're relatively small.
Yeah.
And what you want is a compact animal, fairly close action, so that when they're in the furrows, you don't want the legs going all over the place.
Of course, nice low centre of gravity then.
Because of that, you know, the lower you down, the stronger you are.
They may be perfectly suited to their work, but thanks to Suffolk's rurally isolated position, the Punch never reached the popularity of the Shire horse. Mechanisation may have sealed their fate, but these animals are still trained as working horses, as I'm going to see for myself.
So how do we get going then?
Right, now you just ask the horse to walk on.
Walk on. Go on, boy. Talk me through the directions, if you like, then, Chris.
There's sort of traditional calls for left and right. So if you're asking the horse to turn to the right, you say wish.
OK.
And if you ask for the horse to go to the left, you say cup.
OK, let's try wish then. Wish.
And then you straighten him up. That's it. The voice is very, very important.
So I'm going to go left now, then.
Yeah.
Cup.
Just a little pressure on the bit. That's it.
Wow.
You're doing an excellent job for your first time.
Well, I think it's the tail wagging the dog, if you like.
These traditional commands have been passed down by generations of Suffolk farmers, and they still work just as well today.
Wish.
He's getting used to your voice now, so it's going well.
Well, it's great to see Suffolk looking after the heritage of not only its wonderful architecture, but also these beautiful horses. Time to meet up with today's buyers to see if we've found them the perfect home here. You found a nice spot, haven't you? Now then, let's talk about the houses. The first property we went to, we majored on character. A 17th, maybe even 16th century thatched cottage. Good initial reactions from you, Paul.
I thought, how can a fireman have a thatched roofed house?
It was a bit of a risk, wasn't it?
It certainly was. I thought, no fireworks around here. Definitely.
Well, we didn't have fireworks inside the house, but you both seemed to enjoy looking around the house, outside and inside.
I thought there were some absolutely lovely parts of the house, like the kitchen was gorgeous and that opened out into the garden, and nice master bedroom, really nice areas of the house, definitely.
Yeah. Now, the outside space, you want it to have function as well as, you know, nice aesthetics, don't you?
Yeah, I think it would be a bit of a struggle to get it to how I want it to be, definitely.
Well, the next property, complete the other end of the spectrum. You said you're open-minded, so I went modern.
Yep, very modern.
Right,
Yes.
The outside, you said you quite like the look of this sort of avant-garde looking house, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And then as I went inside, the more I saw inside, it was too modern for me.
That's fair enough. You know, it's each their own, isn't it? So, moving on from there, now the mystery property, you both had great first reactions. Paul, you especially.
Yeah, I did. I mean, obviously I told you I'd like to have had a detached house,
Yeah.
and this was not. But it felt right, it looked right, it was in a great location.
I think there's a lot of potential with that house. It's great as it is. It's a really nice house, but it's a sort of house that could grow with you as you change and you want different things from it.
So has it taken your hearts?
I think it may
Yeah,
be worming its way in there.
You don't like to admit it, do you?
Oh, well, yeah, go on then. It's in there.
Neither of you are that cold, I know. So, what's the next step for you then?
I think we'll come back, see it again.
We need to find out a bit more. We need to measure the distances, the travel distances, and
Yeah.
the facilities. It's looking good, though.
Yeah, it's looking
It's
promising.
looking good, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, look, I wish you the very best of luck. We'll give you all the estate agent's details, and hopefully your second viewing of not only the house but the area goes according to plan, and you make your escape to the country.
Thank you.
Thank you
ever
very
so
much.
So for a couple of Londoners who said yesterday they weren't really sure what they're after, well, it sounds like they made the decision fairly easily. Even more surprising then when you consider that Paul said he was only really after a detached house. But it just goes to show, doesn't it? If you get the big things right, the right property in what they deem is the ideal location, well, it's quite easy to overlook the small things.
Paul and Elaine did go back to the mystery house and cue those waterworks. Their offer on it has been accepted. So they'll soon be living and plumbing in the Suffolk countryside. If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.